Imagine you're in a meeting, and the mood is just toxic. Your boss is negative, your colleagues are complaining, and the energy in the room is plummeting. What happens to your own state of mind? Do you find yourself absorbing that negativity? Does your mood sync with the room's? Do you walk out feeling drained and irritable, as if you've been infected by the pessimism? Or are you the one who stays calm, asks a constructive question, and subtly shifts the energy back towards a solution? This isn't just about having a positive attitude. It's about a fundamental difference in how we operate in the world. And the simplest way to understand it is to ask yourself one question. In life, are you a thermometer or are you a thermostat? Welcome back to Smarty Bytes Cafe. Over the last few videos, we've explored the power of being proactive, of focusing on your circle of influence and choosing your response. Today, we're going to crystallize this entire concept into one powerful, unforgettable metaphor that will change how you see your role in every situation you walk into. We're going to explore the two basic modes of existence, the thermometer life and the thermostat life. First, let's talk about the thermometer. What does a thermometer do? It has only one job: to read the temperature of its environment and reflect it. If the room is hot, the thermometer reads hot. If the room is cold, it reads cold. It has absolutely no control or influence. It is purely a product of its surroundings. This is the reactive lifestyle. When you live like a thermometer, your internal state is dictated by external conditions. If your friends are in a good mood, you feel happy. If the stock market is down, you feel anxious. If someone gives you a compliment, you feel confident. If someone criticizes you, you feel defensive and small. Living as a thermometer is exhausting because you've handed over the remote control for your feelings to the world around you. You spend your days reacting to the weather, the news, your boss's mood, and your partner's stress levels. You are a leaf in the wind, and you've forgotten you have the power to choose your own direction. Now, let's look at the thermostat. A thermostat also reads the temperature of the room, but it does something completely different with that information. It compares the current temperature to a standard it has already set. If there's a difference, the thermostat goes to work to influence the environment, turning on the heat or the AC to change the room to match its standard. This is the proactive lifestyle. When you live like a thermostat, you decide in advance what your values and internal standards are. You choose the temperature you want to operate at: calm, focused, kind, resilient, and you work to maintain that state, regardless of external conditions. A thermostat person can walk into that same toxic meeting, and while they acknowledge the negativity, they read the room. They don't let it change their internal setting. Instead, they act in a way that might influence the room for the better. They might say, "I understand the frustration, but what's one small step we can take to move forward?" They don't add to the heat. They provide the cool air. So how do you go from being a thermometer to a thermostat? It's a conscious choice, followed by practice. Here is your training for this week. First, identify one recurring situation where you often feel like a thermometer. Maybe it's your morning commute, a specific weekly meeting, or your family dinner conversations. Before you enter that situation this week, I want you to consciously set your thermostat. Choose one or two words that define the internal state you want to maintain. Maybe it's patient and understanding for the commute, or constructive and positive for the meeting. Write it down. The simple act of defining your desired state in advance is the first step to becoming a thermostat. Your only job in that situation is to hold yourself to that standard, no matter what others are doing. Don't worry about changing them. Focus only on regulating yourself. The world is full of thermometers. It's full of people who simply reflect the anger, fear, and chaos around them. But progress, leadership, and true personal peace come from thermostats, people who have decided what they value and bring that standard of behavior into every room they enter. This choice is available to you in every single moment. Are you here to reflect the weather, or are you here to make it? If you want to learn more about the internal mechanisms that allow you to hold your temperature steady, make sure you subscribe, because our next video is all about self-regulation. For today's question, in what area of your life do you want to be less of a thermometer and more of a thermostat? Share your goal in the comments below. Thanks for stopping by the Smarty Bytes Cafe. Now go out there and set your temperature.